So we need people that's out in the forefront to share those experiences and encourage it, and also for us to just seek it on our own, and the everyday people that are doing it to just post it. You know, like I've gotten into a habit now where like, I'm vegan. I call myself like 55% fruitarian because I still eat cooked food. But I'm a vegan, and I'm not one of those vegans that will say, "Oh, you guys got to do this because you're fucking up their environment, and y'all are so trash, and you know, fucking meat eaters, y'all are so stupid."
Those planetary ass niggas.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, that's not cool. You're never gonna get anybody on your side doing that. You catch more flies with honey, right?
Facts.
So what I try to do is like, oh, you know, I'm doing this watermelon cleanse. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna post these juices I made or whatever. And then normally I get a lot more of a positive reception doing that and getting people asking me like, hey, you know, how did you do this? You know, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Why are you doing this? And you kind of break it down for them. And they're like, oh, okay, that shit sounds lit. I want to do it too, you know? So you have to make it normal. You have to make it cool. You have to actually put yourself out there. If you know that you're one of the few people that are doing it, just have the balls to put yourself out there and say, hey, I did this. I think it's cool. Here are my reasons, and I think you guys should do it too. And, you know, everybody's not going to be on the program because it does take a little bit for those trends to catch on. But even just catching one person, that one person tells somebody else, tells somebody else, tells somebody else. Then you get a nice little community popping. People see the community and like, oh, okay, this is cool. Now we can do it. You know, so there are a lot of people that are scared of ridicule. Black people especially are scared of ridicule as far as like going to see psychiatrists, psychologists, therapists, things like that, because we think that's a white people thing. And it's like, it's not a white people thing. It's just a normal person thing. Everybody should be doing this because we all have several things that we need to unpack on a daily basis. And, you know, we kind of get it. You know, in the barbershop, you know, you guys talk. Barbershop is really the therapist's office, or you know, you sitting around, fucking around with your homeboys, playing Xbox, playing 2K, you know, drinking, smoking a blunt. That's therapy. You know, that's what we think about therapy as, and that's subconsciously what we're trying to do. But when we put it in a more structured format, where we're actually going to see a doctor, and we make that cool, then you'll start to see the strides and the progression in the community.
So if you're trying to progress, got to make it look sexy. All right, Chima.
Valid points, bro. Valid points. Got to make it look sexy. I agree. But one thing I'm also going to add on to what you said is with the celebrity supporting things. If a celebrity does something stupid, they'll support it. If a celebrity does something genius, they'll support it. For example, Drake can probably brush his teeth with a pine cone. The pine cone bleeding gums challenge. People are going to be like, oh my God, that's genius. I should have done that a while ago. My gums should bleed just like Drake's. And all of a sudden, everybody's going to start brushing their teeth with pine cones. Or if you seen Jay-Z snorting crack, like, damn, I've been missing out on a while. My bro is into it. Maybe I should do it too. Like simple stuff like that. But I think the true way to just understand yourself, as I said, is sometimes just some quiet, just to be able to observe and absorb your environment, and as well as just knowledge of self, knowledge of people around you, knowledge of your environment. More often than not, a lot of us, we're just zoned out. Like the next day, let me get that next check, let me get that next girl, let me get that next money, let me do what I can next. Instead of just being present in the now. Like, oh, I'm happy, and I'm happy because. I'm sad, and I'm sad because. Instead of doing that, we have to use our phone. We have to call up the bro. We have to do this, we have to do that. To the point where we don't even really notice where we are anymore. It's important to know, a lot of us, when we die, we don't know us. Instead, we know everything else but us. We don't know what we like. We don't know our favorite food because we're always eating out every single day to a different place. We don't know our favorite movie because every day we're watching a different movie. There's so many other things that we're focused on that we don't even get to understand us. Sometimes it's okay to just sit down and read a book. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's okay, find a documentary on YouTube. It's okay. It's also okay to listen to music. It's also okay to party, but our balance is off. I know girls that I went to high school with. I know guys that I went to high school with hosting these big glamorous parties with VIP this and Crystal that, but next day they're welfare this and I can't do anything that, and can I hold $1 this? Like, you flashing, bro, but you're not living the life you're talking about because you don't put the work in.
Damn, you just gonna expose niggas like that? Shit. Yeah, I feel you though. This is actually another thing that I had brought up, and this will probably open up a can of worms. I know we're creeping up on the hour, but this is like a show within itself. So I was tweeting the other day, and you know, a lot of times, you know, feminism is, I guess, it's the end thing now for a lot of women and stuff like that. And you know, this whole pro-ho thing, you know, just like, yeah, I can fuck when I want to fuck. It's my body. I can do whatever I want, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, it's like, well, if men can do it, why can't I? And I started tweeting this thing, and, you know, I got different responses, but I was basically like, I think men did women a disservice making it think that, you know, jumping from girl to girl and having meaningless sex is, you know, like fulfilling, you know what I'm saying? And I said that basically, like, there's a thin line between a hoe phase and a hurt phase. In fact, and then
preach, boy.
And then I actually revisited that, like, I think maybe like a month later, and I was just like, actually, I don't think there is a difference. Now, you know, other people was like, you know, I disagree and blah, 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 but, I mean, they're in typical, around the whole age, you know, the whole phase age, which is between, I think, 18 and 24. So, I mean, I get it. You know, you're speaking from you're in it, so you don't really want to condemn it when you're in it, but yeah, I just think that, you know, a lot of times, like the way we were raised, you know, to chase women at the prize and this, that, and the third, and that, you know, we basically find our manhood by being able to, you know, have as many women as we can and not really knowing why we do it, but just the fact that everybody that we see with confidence and everything like that is tied to someone that can get a woman. You know what I'm saying? I think that's that kind of set the wrong precedent with our culture. I mean, I'm not to say that, oh, we need to be, you know, monks and shit like that, but I do think that we put too much emphasis on the opposite gender, both men and women, and in the wrong ways. So I think, you know, just the fact of being able to sleep with whoever you want to is like, that's not an accomplishment, you know, especially as women, because, I mean, women don't got to try shit. Just be like, look.
Just breathe.
Yeah. Like, look, I'm fucking. I'm like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't take much.
And a lot of the girls be working harder than these guys out here. You see them with the degrees. You see my boy still on the corner. What are you doing? But the girl that you banging, she's out here with a college degree. She's out here with some valid jobs, some valid opportunities. And what are you? You're still a lame. What's the matter, bro?
Man, on a show I just did before, which is a show I got called the Fuckboy Chronicles. You can use your imagination with that one. But I was like, yo, like, it's really, like, to the point now, like, you know, people used to say, like, oh, back in the day, like, oh, something just happened. Like, you know, I fucked that girl on accident. Like, now it's literally that easy that you can actually fuck something on accident. Like, all you have to do is just kind of just be there in, like, the right place, the right time, and, like, pussy your phone in your lap. And it's just like,
yeah.
I don't know, it's like it's just losing its value. But, you know, we still got to respect your decisions and stuff like that and own up to these behaviors when it's like, I don't know, I feel like maybe, like, as far as, like, us as men go, like, we need to, like, not really encourage that kind of, you know, promiscuity among ourselves because, again, like, you know, I mean, I don't know, I just feel like we're, there needs to be some sort of discipline.
Facts.
Because, shit, I'm just, again, I was raised, I mean, my father, he was a captain of the football team, so I'm sure he had his run. I know he said his run wasn't as crazy as it could have been, but, I mean, that's what all hoes say, right? And, you know, but I feel like he told me, like, straight up, like, you know, it's not about that. It's about quality over quantity and everything like that. So, you know, I was lucky to have that. I know I'd probably be quite a totally different person had I not had a father in my life. And an active one as well. So I think that we need to really, you know, amongst bros, I know it may sound, you know, lame or whatever, and be like, yo, like, especially like if your boy got a girl or something like that, it's like, yo, like, chill. You got a girl, like, especially like, you know, this is your boy, you might be the best man at their wedding, or like you see that girl on a regular basis, and you know you got to be faking that face and shit like that. Like, chill, man. We need we just need to do better. You know what I mean? So, I mean, as far as the hurt hoe phase, what are your thoughts on that tonight?
Oh no, man, I agree. And that's actually an interesting viewpoint from the way that you explained it. I had never really thought about it as like, oh, you know, this is just a set of behaviors that's being passed down. I definitely think that's part of it. I definitely also think that, too, part of the quote-unquote hoe phase is just finding out what you like. Sometimes you find it really quick, and you don't have to continue on your hoe phase. But sometimes it takes you a little bit longer. And, you know, it kind of extends a little bit, especially for guys. Guys don't normally get into that phase, probably, I would say, till like 22, 23-ish, because most of them are just graduating from college at that point. You just settling into your career. You just starting to get all of the things that women find desirable. So our hoe phases are a little bit delayed, more so than women's tend to be. So I think that you definitely can have a hoe phase. I also believe that sometimes the hoe phase is just a hurt phase, because they always say that the best way to get over pussy is to go fuck another one, right? So it's like, it definitely can be a phase where it's just like you're just trying to get them hurt feelings out. So, no, I feel that. I also do understand part of it, too, is that, like, you're just out here exploring, trying to figure out, just trying to find your way, trying to find yourself, trying to figure out who you vibe with, what you're going to stand for, what you're not going to stand for, what you like, what you dislike. A lot of it is just going out and exploring. I do think that is encouraged more in men than it is in women, and I think that is a a justified double standard. I think that sexual energy affects the female way more than it affects the male, because the female is receiving. So you got a lot of dudes laying up with one chick. Her mind's going to be fucked up, because you literally got 3 or 4 different ideologies entering this woman's body, and she's taking on all of them, and they're conflicting. Whereas when you do that with a man doesn't receive energy like that when they're fucking. So it's like the way that these energies are being transformed and transported back and forth between each other are way different. And I do think that it affects the woman mentally much stronger than it does the man. But I do also think that in the same token, women kind of set the tone. If women were to stop fucking dusty niggas tonight, like the behavior in the black community as far as the males go would change, like instantly. That would instantly change the culture if the ladies raise their standards. So, I mean, there's a lot to go around on both sides, but as far as like the hoe phase go, I can see it both ways. As far as it just being just a regular hoe phase I'm trying to explore, I can also see it as a hurt phase.
True. I think that sometimes, I guess, with the whole phase is part of the many things that we're given that to externalize self-discovery, that we're going to find ourselves outside of ourselves. And
right.
I don't know, that's not really something I subscribe to, but you know. Chima? Are you in your whole phase right now?
No, I'm just gonna be honest with you.
You gotta answer. That's cool.
No, I'm not answering that. I'm personally in life. I personally believe that a lot of us, we're not ready for commitment, and a lot of us aren't even ready for sex. To be honest with you, a lot of people are just trying to drain each other's energy, trying to take what's theirs. And Kendrick Lamar said it the best, man. You ain't got a lot to kick it. A lot of us, we just smash and just be like, yo, bro, you won't believe what I got today. Oh, got a new car. I got it. Ooh, you want to see her, bro? Like, a lot of us, we just flexing. Most of the time, you don't even like her like that. Most people just be flexing. And it hurts because this is supposed to be your bro. This is supposed to be your guy. And you over here just lying just so you can look cool in front of him. A lot of people just want to flex in front of their bro. Oh, this girl is bad, even though I know she's trash, and I know she probably does crack, and I know she doesn't really love herself, and I know without that makeup she looks like the Grim Reaper. But it's all good, man. You think she looks bad.